Hello, everybody. My name is Afro X, the anime guide, and we are here on my new set, as you can clearly see. And this is not the complete set, by the way. Once I get everything more set up, I'll go back to using my Yeti microphone. Um, right now, I'm kind of just using a regular mic through a speaker as a boom mic. Anyways, if you think this is better, let me know in the comments. Um, but yeah, we are here to uh, do a live read of One Piece chapter 1083 titled The Truth About That Day. That's right, Sabo's revealing everything. Let's get into it. One Piece chapter 1083 The Truth About That Day. There's a on the cover page. There's a cover request by someone named Mikuro, and it is Doflamingo tending to a fallen chick and making a nest with his coat. A rare moment of seeing Doflamingo actually being kind to someone. Sorry. All right. So starting off, um, we are in the Kamabaka Queendom. Um, so Sabo's talking here. We accomplished everything we set out to do. All three objectives were taken care of. We officially declared war by destroying the celestial dragon symbol. We rescued Kumasan and freed as many slaves as possible. Finally, we managed to find and destroy the Holy Land's food reserves. Dragon says, so what was the fallout? It was nothing to sneeze at, but we got the world's attention and the Navy ended up sending in the big guns. Meanwhile, we triggered uprisings in 12 nations where we held strong influence, 8 of which were successful. Well, you say 8 were successful, but one of them vanished, the kingdom of Leloucha. The headline censored everything, but the 7 others have all declared their intent to no longer pay the celestial tribute or comply with the exploitative exporting of their resources. On top of that, the Revolutionary Army is attacking the government supply carriers all over the world to stop resources from reaching Marijua. They say the Holy Land's high up location makes it an impenetrable fortress. But we'll see how they like living under siege. They'll finally get a taste of what it is to live in poverty and go hungry. Hee-haw! That's what I call a result. Indeed, we may not be able to cut off all their supplies, but we're squeezing them slowly but surely. They must be struggling by now. As expected, though, they're not a foe who will just take all this lying down. Our real battle will start when they mobilize God's Knights. You realize you will be their number one target, right, Sabo? Or should I start calling you Flame Emperor Boy? I'm not too hot on that name. It doesn't matter. What the truth behind King Cobra's assassination is, the news reports you have made you a hero already. The eyes of the revolutionaries everywhere. Authority figures within the world government are hated for being subhuman monsters. While there are certainly many malignant, power-hungry despots who deserve that reputation, there are also a number of intelligent and fair rulers, too. And Arabastus King Cobra was in a class of his own. Everyone considered him to be an outstanding sovereign. Unfortunately, misinformation spreads faster than nuances like that. This might be cold to say, but while I feel bad for what happened to King Cobra, I think I can live with the way this all played out, if it helps fuel the flames of rebellion. My, you really are unshakable. Then spit it out already. What really happened? Is there any truth behind this scoop? We all shed tears over this, desperately trying to find an explanation because we all wanted to believe you. Over a month ago, at the home of the gods in the holy land of Merijois, not long after the reverie began, they're attacking the home of the gods. Get out here and help us, you lousy bureaucrats. They blew up the storehouse. The intruders are with the Revolutionary Army. We're under attack. It's the four captains. This is outrageous. First they attacked our beloved symbol, and now the plebs have taken away our exquisite food. Does the jealousy of these vermin know no bounds? I don't want to keep the heads, just dispose of them at once. After that, summon all those dreadful bodyguards and have them executed. Those miserable wretches allowed this to happen on their watch. Depraved snail, I told you to hurry. What would you do if something were to happen to me? I've had enough. I'll walk myself. Consider yourself fired, you useless piece of trash. Damn. Celestial dragons still being absolutely horrible people. Was that Marco? Was that Marco that just swooped in there? No, that's Karasu. My gun, who do you think you are? Crowing suit. Escape to the east of the city. Okay, it's the Revolutionary Army. Get St. Pluming to safety. Let's riddle this scum with bullets. Blast him till there's nothing left. Huh? Don't tell me there really is nothing left. A Belisut. Oh, that's cool. Northern captain of the Revolutionary Army, Karasu, ate the soot fruit. Oh, you know when making Karasu have be able to turn into like intangible and stuff. You know that Oda was just like, I need an Itachi in my manga. I'd like someone who can turn into crows and stuff. Yeah, that's straight up Itachi. We got Lindbergh here. They're really going at it over there. They're headed this way. Hurry up and release everyone. Leave it to me. All right, so just in general, looks like they're doing a bit more fighting in here. Morley fighting against Green Bull. Oh, sorry about that. That's my phone. Fujitora, what are you... Oh, so Green Bull's yelling at Fujitora because it looks like he's not doing anything. He says, I'm calling a meteor strike. Whoa! It's everyone from CP9. It's the old CP9 crew. Bruh, even Bluno showed up. Okay, so the admirals are figuring out that they can't just go wild because they'll destroy Merijois. Rosward and Charlos. Charlos hasn't given up on getting Shirahoshi. Wow. That's deep. Dang. Oh, Vivi firing shots. So Rob Lucci tells her, don't worry, we'll protect you. And she says, like you protected Shirahoshi? Oh, wait, you didn't. And that creep's definitely going to target her again. Man, Vivi is sharp. Only King Cobra has an audience with the 5 elders. Oh, that's it. Wow, leave it to Oda to just to just drop it at the biggest cliffhanger. So King Cobra is being it's weird to end it's really weird to oh, I'm sorry, my mic keeps slipping down. It's very weird to oh yes, you can definitely hear me better now. It's very weird to end a chapter on a on a flashback. This is a cliffhanger in a flashback. So very very weird to be ending a chapter like that. But yeah, it looks like King Cobra is about to be wheeled in to talk to the elders, and Chacapel, his right hand man, is not being allowed to go in. So whatever happened to King Cobra happened inside the chamber of the 5 elders, and Sabo just probably happened to get there right. Honestly, the 5 elders probably murdered King Cobra. In all honesty, but it looks like they murdered King Cobra, and then somebody like a CB agent snapped a picture or of him standing over the body once he discovered it, or something like that. So honestly, I'm guessing that's what it's going to turn out to be. All right. So, all right. Let's take a look at the chat here. We got Trix the anime hater in the house says, yo. Nice set. Thank you. Like the voiceover on characters. Yeah, thanks. I thought maybe that'd be a new thing that I would do, especially until I get more of my voice acting troupe and stuff set up, that I would kind of do a one-man show of the chapter. But yeah. Everything's so clear. You mean in the audio, or just in the video? Because I mean, what's nice is this is a combination right now of having lights and having natural sunlight. Like, most of the light on me right now is natural sunlight, which is absolutely amazing. Admirals are handicapped due to the celestial dragons around them, for sure. And honestly, I think that's going to be a big point that keeps coming up in this is like, and when we were predicting it before, we like us manga reviewers, myself, BDA Law, Grand Line Review, O'Hara, Randy Troy Baker, stuff like that. We were all predicting that, like, maybe Sabo didn't have to go that hard, just because just because like the Admirals couldn't really do much. What I will say is, like, Sabo wasn't even in charge at all of like fighting against the Admirals, because, like, giant props to the rest of the Revolutionary Army right now. Like, we are getting to see the true power of the Revolutionary Army here. Morley, Karasu, Lindbergh. That's right. That's the cat's name, Lindbergh. But sorry, literally everyone in the Revolutionary Army is like a big number. So Very, very exciting to see that. I'm kind of nervous about what's going to happen when Marjois targets Sabo with God's Knights. That's going to be interesting to see. Feel Fujitora was trying to kill the Celestial Dragons on purpose. Yeah, Fujitora is kind of the type of guy who he's just like, well, might as well hit two birds with one stone. No offense to Karasu, but yeah, might as well hit two birds with one stone and just take out all the scum of the universe. He's straight up the Tommy Lee Jones of One Piece. Lucci may have killed King Cobra. That is possible, except for the fact that Lucci is currently talking to Vivi in front. In this flashback, he's currently talking to Vivi in front of like the Marijois building, and so who knows? I mean, most likely, so the Elder Stars probably didn't want to get their hands dirty, and so what most likely happened is they called in someone from CP9. We know that at the time CP0 was on Wano, so it's interesting that CP9 came back up in this chapter because probably somebody from CP9 was called in there and was like, "Hey, we need you to kill this guy. Don't like, but we're gonna frame it on somebody else," stuff like that. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. I did enjoy probably my favorite part of this chapter was getting to see CP9, the whole CP9 crew come back. We had God, I can't even remember all the names, but Bluno, Sheep Girl, Hair Dude, Zipper Mouth. Yeah, see, Annie's Lobby was such a long time ago that I can't remember the actual names of CP9. Although they honestly ended up being kind of like the Kid Pirates, where they ended up not being that important. But honestly, it is nice to see them back in action. Trix is Dragon playing it smart with tactic hits. That is true. Thanks for bringing that up, Trix. So yeah, Dragon definitely is doing really good. So he tried to start 12 revolutions, and 8 of them were successful. Technically, an unsuccessful one was the Lelouch Kingdom. So it's interesting because BDA, or no, it wasn't BDA Law. It was Grand Line Review actually pointed out last week, I believe it was, that it's interesting that Lelouch Kingdom was the only kingdom that was destroyed by the what we believe to be Pluton, by the laser from the sky. But it's interesting because Sabo happened to be going there, and also at the same time, what was it? Like Dragon was doing revolutions all over the world, and stuff like that. And so, really, if they were just going after countries that were being revolutionized by the Revolutionary Army, they could have blown up any island. But Imu specifically chose one that he thought Sabo was gonna be at. So honestly, I am scared of the God's Knights just because they Marijois is going all out and is gunning for Sabo. What would be interesting to happen would be after of course we're gonna get to like Laugh Tale in the One Piece and all that stuff, but I'm guessing what's gonna happen after that is after after like Luffy or something hits King of the Pirates, or somebody hits King of the Pirates, um after that's all over, there's gonna be an epilogue where like we deal with the real evils of the world. And honestly, if Sabo got killed, oh man, like forget about admirals destroying Mary Joie. You are gonna have a sun god destroying Mary Joie, and I don't want to see Luffy's anger if somebody killed Sabo. Like there would be no mercy on the five Elder Stars. Um, so very very interesting. I mean, it might even get to a point where they're like, "Hey, Fujitora, bring those meteors down. Like evacuate everybody. This is now ground zero for like the end of the World War." Um, but yeah, no, it'd be exciting to see that. Um, Tricks here saying, seems like the God Knights are the personal guard of Emu or the Gorosei, since the CP0 guard the celestial dragons. Yeah, like I mean, I'd be interested to see if the god if the God Knights are a kind of a CP0 group above or a CP group above CP0, like CP -1. That's dumb. So, although Oda would pull something like that, a CP -1. Um, but yeah, no, I'm interested. Uh, oh, sorry, to see what the God Knights do. Um, but yeah, there it is. There's your One Piece chapter 1083 titled "The Truth About That Day." We honestly didn't get a lot of truth about that day. Um, I feel like this is Oda being like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you something," and then he's like, "This is part one of what I'm gonna tell you, and you're gonna have to wait until next week to get part two, the important part of what I'm gonna tell you." Like the chapter was titled "The Truth About That Day," and we literally did not get the biggest truth about that day. Like we knew the Revolutionary Army was fighting with the admirals. Like we knew all that. But what we didn't know was the one question that they were asking the entire time, which was who murdered King Cobra. Um, anyways, we'll probably find that out next week, unless Oda does the thing where he goes to a different storyline, and then we won't find out next week. But anyways, whatever we do find out next week, it will be, it will be right here. So, um, keep keep reading up, YouTubers. Stay legendary, and in the immortal words of One Piece, to be continued.